So the next Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct is coming soon, and I mean very soon, on Friday. Now, we know from the teaser in the September Nintendo Direct that Brewster and the Roost will be there, but I think it's safe to assume that there's going to be more than just that. At least, I sure hope so. So today, I'm joined by Tris and Mathew to share our predictions for this Animal Crossing Direct. But first off, I have a question. Do either of you still play this game?
Absolutely.
Little bit.
Okay, good.
Every single day.
Man, okay.
Even if it's just an hour a day or so, I do it every single day.
Good. Then we've got a good range here because I do not. I'm past the point where I can't keep pretending I play it daily or weekly or even monthly. I just stopped playing it. But obviously I'm hoping I can get back into it from this. But that's good. We've got a good range of perspectives here. So let's start by just sharing how each of us feel going into this thing. Mathew, let's start with you. Are you excited? Do you think there'll be some big announcements or surprises here?
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this moment for quite some time. I knew it was coming. It was kind of obvious. Even if you look at Nintendo's track history, they took forever for the New Leaf one, but it was bound to happen, especially since this was the second most popular game in Japan of all time, I believe, or at least for the Switch. And it just. There was just no way they weren't going to address the over 30 million people with islands. There was just no way. So we knew that something was coming. We kept seeing different things with the code. Always a hint towards something, never something official. But yeah, it was just definitely. It looked most likely that something was going to happen.
Cool. Tris, how about you? How are you feeling?
I'm honestly excited, kind of like you, Chris. I was waiting for a big update to really get me back into the game. I haven't really played much of it since since Mario Day, when all the Mario stuff came out. But when this was announced, I did at least jump back into my island and kind of start cleaning up a little bit, getting ready for this. So I'm honestly excited for it. I'm hoping this will bring me back to maybe not necessarily daily, but I want to at least be checking in once a week minimum.
Totally. Yeah, for sure. You mentioned the Mario update, and I feel like that kind of came around the 1 year anniversary, right? Or
yep.
that was the 1 year anniversary?
Yes.
I feel like that was kind of the point for me where that was my last point where I was really like, okay, this is Nintendo's chance to really revamp the game and really capture people and bring people back in. Now I feel like we're kind of past that. None of my friends who are casual gamers, who loved the game, still play it anymore. They just don't. And so I feel like now that we're kind of past that point, I'm honestly just excited for whatever they're going to show. I don't have any big hopes. I don't think this is going to bring the world back into Animal Crossing New Horizons, just because I don't think that's possible anymore. I would love to be
core players.
But I'm pretty core players, totally. So I'm pretty kind of, I guess, calm, relaxed, but excited going in. But that said, we might have some big predictions, some small ones, but I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. So let's start with, do either of you want to start with your first prediction for what you hope to see?
Not even a prediction, but I just wanted to say you're going in for the perfect mindset to see a cafe.
yeah, exactly.
Chill.
Oh my gosh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I have to say, even though they didn't show very much with the little teaser, it made so many people happy in the community. Just to the confirmation that yes, there will be a cafe in the museum, and Brewster will definitely be part of that.
It's about time.
It was not much else that was given other than that, but that was plenty to get a lot of people excited.
Yeah.
Until just before recording here, where not long before recording here, Nintendo started setting up more of the live streams, and now we actually see more of the cafe and Brewster in those.
That's right. What's the deal? We saw Bruce. You can see Brewster in the German live stream.
So in the UK and European live streams, the camera angle, I guess is the best way to put it, the camera angle on the cafe is different than Nintendo of America's. So Nintendo of America's focuses on the entrance doorway and some seating on the right. But all the European streams focus on the fact that you can actually see the counter and Brewster behind the counter, some stools, all the different setup behind him. It's actually very nice. It's a little strange to do that, but it does give us a nice little look at things ahead of time.
Yeah, for sure.
It also incentivizes us to also check out different streams, the Japanese stream and stuff like that. See what we're not seeing here.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's so interesting how that's the case. Yeah, I mean, we know that Brewster and the Roost are coming, but we don't know anything else. But the fact that this is a direct that they're hyping up, or at least they announced pretty far ahead of time, there's got to be some more stuff here.
But yeah, the last one they did like this, gosh, was way back in, was it July of no?
The last Animal
Crossing,
the last Animal Crossing like direct that we had was before it released in I think February 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is pretty different. This is the first direct since the game has been out. So it's pretty different. There's not much to base this off of. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll jump into my first prediction, which has to do with Brewster and the Roost. It's kind of a small thing, but it leads into a bigger thing that I'll probably just lump together.
Okay.
And that is that I hope, we saw from the teaser that the Roost is going to be inside the museum. There's sort of an entrance in the back, up the stairs. Yes. I hope that whether it's over time or through upgrades or some kind of quest, that the Roost can become its own building, its own coffee shop, its own designated building on your island, rather than just a place inside the museum. Because I know for a fact that if it just stays there, tucked in the corner of the museum, I will not go there as often as I would if it was an actual place on my island, a cozy coffee shop that I could go in.
Right.
So I would love if that was the case. I imagine it probably will be, but really, I just want more buildings in general on my island that aren't houses. And that leads into sort of a bigger prediction of mine, which is that I would love to have more shops. And I think a good way to do that, maybe the simplest way to do that, would be to give characters like Leaf and Kix their own buildings, their own designated shops. So instead of they just show up to your island once or twice a week, whatever it is, they have their own designated spot on your island. Maybe they move in and you help them gather materials to build their shops and that sort of thing. That could be fun, and it could really just liven up the town a lot.
I think it may be an option. Because there are a lot of people who have islands that just don't have the room for an additional building, like a necessity building. So maybe it's an option, and I think that might be something that we're going to discuss soon regarding some of the rumors. Regarding additional buildings.
I think it would be really neat to see the cafe as its own building, and I just love that idea too, because I would love to actually like set it up and you walk past and you see its lights are always on because it's a 24/7 place instead of all the other places that just kind of turn their lights off at night because they're closed. But having a place stay open that isn't just a museum would be nice. Though that does actually, it's funny that kind of ties into prediction I had, Chris, which is with how it's placed in the museum in like the upper left. What if they also make use of the upper right? Yeah. So what could go over there? And I was trying to think of like what they could possibly do, and I started thinking about how we don't have that many mini games in the game yet, and I was wondering if either specifically in that top right corner of the museum they can either add a room for mini games, or maybe like a records room for where like records about the mini games go.
Possibly.
Oh yeah.
But I think many are thinking it might be the museum shop, like the gift shop.
Ooh, I would love a gift shop.
That'd be cool.
That'd be great. That would be nice.
And possibly the return of the observatory, but we'll see.
Yeah. Ooh, that would fit really well in the
Finally, Celeste would actually stay on the island.
Well, let's see. Mathew, do you have a prediction having to do with that, or just something completely different?
I think I kind of weaseled that in there already.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I think when it comes to all that, but if you want to go back to the actual the cafe, a lot of people in the community are thinking that it's going to be something like it was in New Leaf, where you would be able to serve different customers different drinks. But they might twist it up a little bit, because there were definitely some issues with the New Leaf version, because remembering all of that stuff is really hard. You almost have to keep a walkthrough or a guide in front of you at all times, because a lot of that's just like, how am I going to remember the difference between Blue Mountain and and all these other roasts, and how much sugar you want, how much milk or cream. So, it's there's a lot of potential, and I think they put a lot of thought into this. I don't think it's just going to be any rush job at all this time.
Yeah, I don't expect any of this to be rushed. I mean, it's been a good at least 6 months since any major content updates. So I think they've honestly put a good amount of time and effort into this to give us something that'll be pretty noteworthy. I mean, it's a whole direct. It's not one trailer for the next wave of updates. Like, they're clearly trying to put a big focus on this. So it's exciting, honestly.
I really think that it's just too weird to have that dock on the side of the corner of your island and not have Kapp'n.
That's what I was thinking.
It makes so much sense to be able just to go to a different island specifically for mini games. That was one of the things that New Leaf did so well. It was the mini game island content. So many people are missing Kapp'n. The character was such a beloved character, and even had a family and stuff like that. It was just handled so nicely in New Leaf. So I think that might be the case. But we also saw some code, I think, that for an expanded, for making an island larger, but not your main island, but the islands that you visit, kind of like with the Nook Miles tickets. So yeah, that code has been there, but people have not been talking about it lately. But there was a bit of an extension of that code. Again, nothing official from Nintendo or anything like that, but it's an interesting observation, and the fact that the dock's just sitting there for 1.5 years is just like, what? We don't just do it just to catch some tuna.
No, you don't just dive off that to swim. There has to be some sort of purpose behind it. I really hope it's Kapp'n. Also, I just want to draw attention to the way you brought that up. It almost sounded like a please bring Kapp'n back. He has a family.
Yes, sure. Oh, no, like I said, I love Kapp'n. I love the references to the whole, the Japanese yokai and stuff like that. Just so great. Yeah.
Tris, you were saying a second ago, you were talking about how... Shoot, what were you saying? I totally forgot. But it led into my next prediction, which is... it was a good segue, if I can remember it. But my next prediction is that... you were talking about how, there's a lot of build up to this Direct. There hasn't been much content updates in the last 6 months or so. Yeah, I think one of my predictions for this Direct is it's no one thing in particular, but it's that I think the way they're going to roll out content and announce these updates is going to be different moving forward. I think they're going to try something different. And I think they're going to want to pack as much info as they can into this Direct to get people excited. And I think they're going to announce a lot of the details for the upcoming seasonal updates in this Direct, like for fall and winter at the least, instead of kind of rolling them out over time. Because we saw that it worked for a while, but it just kind of trickled off eventually for a lot of people this last year or year and a half, however long it's been. So I think they're going to try something different. I think they're going to want to pack as much as they can into this Direct to give people a lot to look forward to in the game. Yeah,
I can really see that, honestly. I mean, the trailers they've been doing for like this month's updates, as you mentioned, they weren't really working so well. So changing it up to be a Direct that focuses on maybe like what the next 6 months or 3 months even would look like, honestly should be helpful, and especially if they make it filled with content. I mean, that's going to be excellent, hopefully, because we know it's not just the cafe, but at the same time, their phrasing when announcing it, I believe, said content like coming in November. So I think the question there is how much of this is coming right away versus how much of this is coming later.
We might just see some new items for a bit, as a teaser towards the actual new gameplay. Sure, bring some the old sets that people were wanting in here, stuff like that. It'd be great. But I know there's a lot more going there. We saw more code as well. Yeah. A lot of people were making reference to Katrina. In fact, we've already seen Katrina in the Nook app, for the phone. The app for the phone. Katrina's already returned in that form, but that's such a teaser. You're getting your daily fortunes, or we want to call them fortunes, more like a guru, just kind of telling us a little bit of wisdom. And we already saw some things for lucky items and something like that in the code. So, and there were some changes with that. So it's not like just leftover code from the original development. But the fact that there were some new changes to that, it kind of hints towards something possibly with the return with Katrina's tent, being able to maybe have some bad luck, good luck, you have to adjust. But we'll see. We'll see exactly where that goes.
I mean, hopefully we learn that here.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll see.
Tris, you got another prediction?
Yes. Pretty much anytime I bring up anything Animal Crossing, I always come back to this. But I want my Zelda content, my Zelda anniversary content. We had the Mario stuff.
I'm a big Zelda fan too, Tris.
Oh, yeah.
You know, then I'm sure you'll love the fact that I don't just want to see the Zelda items we've had in past games and the Zelda villagers coming back. I want a little bit more than that. I want them to add in like Breath of the Wild items. Let us carry around a Sheikah slate for no reason whatsoever. It won't work, but let us carry those. Yeah, perfect. Let us wear the scarf, or something. Like, give us the different outfits, give us different items, but not just from the main ones they tend to represent are like Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time. Like, give us more than just those.
Yeah, diminutive guardian.
Yeah,
there's so much they could do.
Guardian.
Oh no, that'd be great. Yeah, Skyward Swords, Breath of the Wild, Hyrule Warriors, like all the more recent stuff too. There's so much they can do that I think if they announced it during this as a content update of Zelda content coming, Zelda villagers coming, maybe at least one of those villagers could be a new Zelda villager, not just the ones returning from New Leaf. But I need my best friend Wolflink back, please.
Yes. You know, one thought is doesn't the Zelda Game & Watch release in November?
Yes, it does. So
it could happen alongside that.
That would be nice.
They are somewhat ignoring Zelda's 35th anniversary. Not ignoring it, but just they're not acknowledging that that's where we are right now in terms of how many years it's been. But they are doing lots of Zelda stuff. They're just not really like celebrating the anniversary in particular. But it could be sort of tied into that Game & Watch release.
Yeah. Not even beyond the Zelda stuff specifically. I hope they do more Nintendo stuff. I hope Zelda's what kind of opens Pandora's box, so to say. I hope that's like the opening the floodgates. Start with all the Zelda stuff, then they can go into like Metroid, Smash Brothers stuff if they want. Other Splatoon, like other big crossovers that they've done before that they could definitely do again to kind of help promote some of the recent big releases and big series and anniversaries.
Yeah. The way Nintendo tend to work is that they don't always release things exactly on the anniversary, but the entire year period. So we're still in the 35th for Zelda. So that's not going to change until next year. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, the Mario update was so successful. I would say that's probably the most successful update they've had to the game. Got a lot of people talking. Got me talking. And so hopefully as soon as that happened, they realized, oh shoot, people want this. And they've been working on Zelda and other ones too. I think Splatoon 3 or Splatoon would be awesome. Maybe even Pokemon for the 25th of that. That would be super cool.
We're still lacking even more Mario stuff though. Like a lot of the accessories and such. Like where's Peach's parasol?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, true.
like you have Peach right here. Like
that's like a no-brainer item too. Like where is it?
Yep. Yeah, I had that as one of my predictions too, crossovers with other games. I said Zelda is a hope, not a prediction. I don't know why. I really want it to happen. Okay. I just see them doing something different because they've been ignoring Zelda so much for the anniversary and it makes me sad. But yeah. Mathew, you got another prediction?
Yeah, but maybe it should be one of the last ones. it's pretty big.
You should go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah, okay. All right, So here's the thing. A lot of people in the community right now have been not really speculating, but there's some rumors going around in the community. I've heard from some of the content creators on YouTube talking about that there are some code that suggests that there might be the return of Lottie. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Lottie? Lottie?
Oh, Lottie.
Lottie from Happy Home Designer.
That's why I don't know.
Yeah. I wasn't huge on that game, so and usually when I see it spelled out rather than heard. But with that and the idea of creating new buildings and some of the missing content, such as the ceiling, things to place on the ceiling, things to place outside. We can't put anything on the ceiling right now. But you were able to do it in that game. Like ceiling fans, chandeliers.
I loved the creation features in Happy Home Designer. I spent a lot of time with that one. I loved what you can do for building the different villager houses or the different places in the town. It was really charming, and I loved the amount of things you could do in that, and I was hoping they would bring that in for this game. So if Lottie's coming, I actually really hope that means they're going to start leaning into that a little bit more. Whether it means creating new buildings or editing your villagers' houses, helping them fashion it up a bit. Oh, that'd be so nice. That'd be so nice.
Yeah. I think one or two creators that I've seen have actually shown the suggestion that there would be kind of like there was a hospital in Happy Home Designer where you're instructed to be able to build this hospital, and it's multiple rooms. Ooh. So that was kind of neat too. If I remember correctly, I think there were three rooms in the hospital, and just stuff like that. It would be really nice. It would go the right direction for this in some ways, because everything is customizable in this game. So far that we can see. It's just really surprising you can't put rugs outside. Isn't that a little weird?
Yeah. No picnic blankets.
You can put patterns, but not the rugs that you get. Yeah. So I think that could be a really big one. Yeah.
I love it.
That would be great. That would actually be a massive update. Arguably bigger than Brewster and the Roost, because that's a whole nother level of customization.
Oh yes.
And if we get that, I actually think that would bring back a lot of players.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you could, for me, like I spend the most time in New Horizons in the outside, like on my island itself, not inside buildings. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think of when I think of New Horizons. I think of the island. I don't think of inside the museum where the Roost is tucked away. I think of my island. So anything you can do to change that, customize it more, add new life to it, I am all for.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll move to my next prediction, which is sort of on a different note. We've talked a lot about your own island and your own game, but I would love for more stuff to do with my friends. Because for me personally, no matter what they do to New Horizons, I'll only stay invested for so long. I mean, that's the case automatically.
Yeah.
But if I can get my friends back into the game, then I'll play it forever. I'll play it for much longer. That would be great. But also, I pitched this a while back in some discussion, but I would love some kind of new mode. I would love to gamify the act of having friends on your island. Perhaps it's an app in the Nook phone that sort of automatically like organizes games you can play with your friends. Like it puts everyone in the middle of the island and then starts a timer, and then it's like hide and seek, or
we have
something like that. We do
the stopwatch.
Oh, that's true. But something that like sort of automatically like organizes those games for you. Would be really nice. Just give us, more to do with friends on our islands than just kind of walk around and explore. Yeah. Just kind of promote
even
that
races.
creativity.
Create a little maze and race.
Yeah.
See,
that'd be fun.
Yeah. They can code that. It's not that hard. Say you have a starting point. When it's coded, once you cross that starting point, it counts a timer. Yeah. And then once you reach the finish line, because you could just determine what the finish line is. Maybe it could be the goalpost from the Super Mario series, or it could just be like the checkered finish line. And you just cross it, and then boom, whichever player finished it, there you go, they won.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, those are the types of things like you can already organize with your friends if you want in the game. Like the game doesn't need to have something where you can go race your friends on your island if you want. But if the game had something that just kind of supports doing that, something that just kind of pushes that sense of like creativity and thinking outside the box with your friends.
Yes.
Whether through like a little app or something, it'd be really nice.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
There were. I mentioned this, I think, in a previous discussion that it would be really nice to have more interactive items. I think there was this musician on YouTube, very, very talented. So yeah, shout out to Scruffy, who has done so like a full 24-hour set of tracks. What we learned from Chewy, Chewy Plays, and the work done from that is just fantastic. It sounds so much like the real music from Animal Crossing. Maybe we'll see more music from Animal Crossing, more Animal Crossing music come now, because we already heard the cafe.
That's true.
So that would be fantastic.
Yeah. That would be great. I love that.
Yeah, that would be a good thing. But yeah, the reason why I brought that up is because in one of the hours, it shows you a little bowling alley, and I was like, That would be neat if you had a little alley that you can, like an item that's an alley, and actually be able to turn that into a little mini game. Like you could trigger it, and then now you can actually play a little, like almost like little Wii Party or
like Wii Sports.
Wii Sports.
Like Wii Sports bowling.
Yeah. That'd be great. Yeah, that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that. I think that'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've sort of lost track of how many predictions each of us have given, but let's do one more each, and let's do our biggest, wildest predictions that we have, just to make it fun here at the end. Well, so I'll start with my last one. I gotta actually figure out what it is.
I said that helps. Cause
yeah, you guys could go think about what you're gonna say while I say mine, and that is, I could probably think of something even bigger and crazier, but I think I want a new place to go. I think I love my island, and your island is New Horizons, right? That's what the game is. It's all about your island, but I would love to have a new place to go, whether that's a new island to start, just kind of start from scratch, or maybe like a new town somewhere in universe that's like already built, like a society, some kind of like little town that you can go to and like shop and pick up things and then bring them back to your island, right?
City folk.
That would be fun. City folk, exactly, like a city you can go visit. That would be nice. Somewhere just new to go, a new horizon.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. I like all the games had something to offer, and I really liked each of those. They were good.
All right, who's up next? Final big prediction.
I'll do it.
All right.
So kind of similar to you with wanting to go somewhere new, but also kind of similar to what we've talked about before with like a minigame island or something. I want Tortimer to come back because he's not in this game, and I want him to have a whole island for you to visit, kind of like how you can already go to like the photo island, like Harv's island for photos.
I forgot about that.
Like, I want you to be able to go somewhere just for Tortimer. I don't know what you would do there, but it would be like just this one place that you can go to. Maybe you have to find like a secret way to go there, or you can only get there off the side dock instead of flying off with Dodo Airlines. But go visit Tortimer. You can go to like his whole house. Maybe even you have to like build him a retirement island or something. So you build his island specifically. No one else lives there but him. And then maybe that'll unlock different things to you. But something like that I think would be really neat to do.
Yeah, I think many are concerned that he may have passed on or something because no one sees. He got so old. He retired to the islands and like. Now where is he? Oh no, what's wrong with Tortimer?
He's on a different island.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we're doing the wild predictions that have no substantial things, no evidence that's there.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, how about this? It's probably not thinking too big, but it kind of is. It's like, why? We're done with it. How about if they actually had VR support?
Yes.
Okay.
The Labo kit.
I love it.
Wait, I know exactly how it would be done.
As in running around in like first-person view of the villager?
Oh my
gosh. Something. Yeah, just something like that. Or special modes that do that. It'd be kind of funny.
I actually don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. Maybe not a first-person mode, but I mean, look at what they did with Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and whatever else they've done. Just kind of give you an overhead perspective of the island, just like in the game, but just kind of...
But I think Nintendo have stopped the production of that, or they've mentioned that something like that. They're done with that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I forgot. I mean, they didn't really go too deep into it, anyways. They tried it out.
Yeah,
that would be cool though.
But it would be neat because it would because the whole idea of New Horizons is or a large part of New Horizons is the idea of immersion. So you actually feel like you're living there. You have the day-night system that is matched to real life's day-night. The time of the year. So sure, why not being able to just plug yourself into the game?
Yeah.
In a sense.
You know what? I just thought of like an actual new like wild prediction that I don't think will happen, but I really think should happen.
Yes.
Go for it.
I want them to add more, and this will probably happen with certain updates happening, but I want them to add more like regular dialogue options with so many of the different villagers. Add more variety to it all. Just because villagers only really talk based on their personality type. So if you have two of the same or more of the same personality type, they say almost identical things. and I kind of want a little more variety in there, so just so people don't feel like they need to balance out their island to get interesting interactions, but they can focus more on their favorite villagers. Because if they line up in personalities, they're gonna feel very similar right now.
Right. The same thing with Isabel too. I don't want to hear again what history of a type of sport puts her to sleep, or spiced recipe, like a spice anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you keep hearing stuff like that.
Yeah, that is a great point. I feel like I'm trying to think if there's any other sort of closer to the realm of like quality of life improvements. Yeah, I haven't even played the game in a while, so I don't really know. But I feel like there were quite a few things that I had a while back, like crafting like in bulk. Did they ever do that?
Yes.
Is that still not a thing?
Yes.
It's not.
It's not a thing. Unfortunately, maybe it will be with this.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. With this much content, we may end up seeing some paid content. We've already seen it with Splatoon 2.
That's true.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. So that's very possible.
I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
The Happy Home Designer mode. Paid.
Yeah. Oh.
I can see that happening.
Look, we'll see.
A subscription service for Happy Home Designer.
Yeah, Nintendo have already mentioned that they will have tiers in their online service, so we don't know if how that's going to play out, how that works. Yeah. I don't think it's just to play Nintendo 64 games. I think there's going to be a lot more to it, integrated into the games, perhaps, and Animal Crossing New Horizons may be part of that.
I could see it.
No,
I could definitely see that happening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it doesn't get too complicated, but yeah, I could see that.
But what might also attract people, maybe some crowd, is Phineas. Phineas used to provide badges for accomplishments. I guess in a sense the Nook Miles that sort of replaces it, sort of.
A little bit.
But a little bit. It's along the same lines, but. Yeah, it's too bad Phineas is not there. Kind of a cool character.
One last thing I just thought of that I've seen people talking about, and that is a Nook's Cranny expansion.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I think it's definitely worth mentioning that. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's very possible. For multiple reasons. Some of the things that we discussed before, if they include the different kinds of furniture items that we don't see yet, like the possibility of ceiling fans and chandeliers and stuff like that. Some of the other additional things that we haven't seen yet, and on top of that, for a brief period, and I don't know if it connects to it, but it's really interesting that we lost it for a very short period of time. The closing theme. We actually have a video that on GameXplain, where the closing theme was not there. The last 10 minutes before the closing was not that theme wasn't there, but then they fixed it with the 1.11.1 bug patch.
Okay.
And yeah, so it was interesting. Why would that change?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless maybe they're changing the store hours for a bigger build or something like that.
That'd be neat.
I've got one other prediction that I thought of.
Let's hear it.
Hope. It's a wild guess.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
I want jet skis in Animal Crossing.
Jet skis?
I want a jet ski.
Jet skis?
I was thinking about what could be on that dock. What if there's a jet ski sitting there and you can hop on it? You could go to other islands. You can go around your island,
that would be
find
cool.
good spots to fish, so you don't have to swim super slowly. Jet ski.
Oh wow.
Sure.
So you get attached to Kapp'n's motorboat?
Yeah. You can like attach on and then hop onto the boat.
Yeah, and then change the the theme that he plays it except do it kind of like a surfing one.
Oh yeah, like surfing or like rock or something like your jet ski. That'd be great.
Oh no.
All right, any final thoughts, you guys? Any final thoughts, jet skis aside, about this direct? Have you changed your thoughts on like how you're feeling going into it?
I mean, I'm excited.
I'm still excited.
I'm excited. Friday should be fun.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we have to wake up. At least I do. I have to wake up early, like really early for it.
Really? What time is it at? So I know, and also so people watching this know, because I forgot.
It is at 7 a.m.
7
Pacific
a.m.
and
Pacific.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
Eastern.
Sorry.
Same time as
Okay,
the
yes.
Sora presentation we had for Smash.
Got it.
Yeah. So you can imagine that for preparations and pre-discussion, we're gonna be up early.
Yep. So we'll be around. We'll be around.
For me it
lots.
is. I'm in California, so.
That's true. Cool, well then I guess that wraps it up for our predictions here. So stay tuned for lots more coverage on this Direct on Friday. There should be a lot of fun stuff coming out about that, as well as other things gaming as well. Check out the videos on the right for more content you might be interested in. And until next time, bye.
Ciao.